And you tuning into the Black Fire Radio. And it's massive, what? Andrew Robinson, the Jamaican brother there. Reaching out to all the massive on the African continent. And you're tuning into the Pan-African Bliss Show with your host, none other than Joey.
Malgré des hauts et des bas, chérie, il était mon amour, il était mon allié. Moi j'ai trop sacrifié pour toi, ça pour toi chérie, tu penses rien. Voyez la mission, la mobile dans la Dieu. Depuis que ma chérie m'a fait comme ça, tous les jours m'a fait comme ça, Vengi trop, jamais nayamba, alors que nenayo na kobandela, après que tu me manques, mais na supporter, na kobandela, je t'aime na kobandela, mama. Nolinsaku, Polimoto, Rajuno, SFR. Nakotika yo très loin maman. Mon Dieu m'arrête pour bébé. Manina no baye bisina. Ton amour est un temps partiel. Mawato. Qui m'a raison pour vivre là. Ma vie d'amant, je mérite mieux. C'est vrai. Sauf que osé tout son maëcho. One I be lying for my alaba. One I be lying for my alaba. My name is Doctis, non insomnie. Steven Wemba, moi derrière Calimé. Sans pour toi chérie, tu penses c'est rien. Voyez la mission, la copie dans la Dieu. Marius Mihigo, Joss Mondele, le vieux couloir.
N'a fait comme ça.
Tous les jours, m'a fait comme ça.
N'a fait comme ça.
Jamais
Nayama. Yes, good afternoon, family. Hope you guys are doing amazing. And karibuni sana to yet another beautiful conversation right here on the media of the 21st century. And of course, my name is Joby. To hear those who are here for the first time, and to all our amazing returning listeners and subscribers, a quick shout out to everyone live with us on Facebook, on YouTube. Pardon my camera. Let me see what's going on as we get to correct that very, very quickly. What's happening? What's popping? Okay, karibuni sana to live with us on Facebook, on YouTube, on TikTok, on Twitter, and on our show page, and also our radio station. Good afternoon. 46 minutes past the top of the hour. That's the time. I hope your week is fantastic so far. Hope you are ready for the weekend. And of course, karibuni sana. Also, I hope you're ready for the discussion of today, where we shall be focusing our conversation into Gabon, which actually has come forth to declare that the pending debts they had of the World Bank, they have already been resolved. I shall be reading an article on that, and I want to see how is it that this country that actually has been taken by a fake junta, because we're not sure if Gabon, literally the coup they had, if that was actually a true democratic kind of independency that they're supposed to be taking. Let me call that the right term, okay? It's not the type of independency that we see Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso doing, because if it was actually real, we should see them actually working together. We should see the power of the people and these juntas actually coming together to form back the African power and taking back the continent and the land itself. So I'll be reading, of course, the article on how this particular country and the current junta, how he has managed to actually resolve this debt with the World Bank. This week, I talked about the IMF and the World Bank, and where we did try to understand, literally, do African people understand what these companies and how they're set up in Africa to do? What are the consequences of them? And shout out to Keith, he made me read that book, which I think I'm going to get into it. I'm going to check on my app of books. That is John Parrish, where he spoke about literally how they have been taking over the countries because of this fake money as they take true resources. So we shall be getting onto Gabon as our major conversation for the day. We shall also talk about what is happening in DRC Congo, where we have literally so many soldiers. We're talking about a number of 25 soldiers who have been sentenced to death. And this is after they left their position, and that is them where they're supposed to be, tackling the M23 rebels from coming to the country. But these 25 soldiers literally escaped their mission and even went looting shops and nearby their village and abandoning their position. And this is information being given by the army spokesperson, of course, of the country. And along that, I'll be sharing a video where we have, shout out to Keith, he has shared a video with me this early morning, where we are witnessing again the UN peacekeepers have been found walking away with big tons of gold. It is so crazy because along with that, I'll also share about what is happening when it comes to our people migrating to these other countries seeking for job opportunities. And a video that I bumped along into, which talks about literally how they think it is so dangerous. Not a video, but an article that talks about how they think it is so dangerous of African people going all the way to Europe to seek for job opportunities, but not them when they come to Africa to loot and kill. Because even our people don't even get to those destinations. Yesterday, we were talking about Libya, Mauritania, Morocco, and we've seen Egypt. Most of these countries, even the people who are there themselves, are not living a peaceful life, are not even considered part of those nations because they're completely taken over. So when you talk about African people going to Europe, and where there's so many rules and regulations that have been put on the border when it comes to them passing, actually, I'll be talking about the number of bodies that have been retrieved literally in Atlantic Ocean as we talk right now. So that is what we shall be talking about as our major conversation. It is crazy, and white people are psychopathic. And we'll be coming back, of course, with the quote of the day. Share something positive that you have as we get to the weekend. And of course, do enjoy the conversation of the day. This is Fali Ipupa. Yes, an amazing Congolese jam and also talented artist, Manze. Personally, I'd really love to meet Fali Ipupa. Just have a dance, and enjoy music, nothing much.
Junior Mobulankani, Kevin Kakuma, Alain Vizor. Les Pioquena chérie, m'a fait comme ça, tous les jours, m'a fait comme ça, Béni, trop, chacha, nayama, Nokene, nayo, nako bandela, que tu m'aimes, nako supporter, Mokema, passe, mais nako bandela, chérie, je t'aime, nako bandela, Mwana mama, Stephen Roma, Stephen Dali, Pierre Alex, Chiomo, Fanny Dou, chérie, Papa, maman, Motema, parti, Bossana, mais n'oublie jamais, Nana, Nina, qui a fait. On dit souvent quand tu aimes quelqu'un, tu verras jamais tous tes défauts, mais tes perfections. Steven Weber, tout ça pour toi, chérie, tu penses c'est rien. Parfois, il a mis feu dans nos bilans à Dieu. Mais que chérie, m'a fait comme ça. Tous les jours, m'a fait comme ça.
Yes, and of course, Karibuni Sana once again. Hope you guys are doing amazing. I remember actually early last year or 2022, you could find me every Sunday, like going to just chill in a place and listen to this kind of jams, literally. And I think also coming from a lineage of Congolese people, that is my mommy's side, I've grown up listening to these jams a lot of times. So I really do vibe, and I am so much into Congolese genre of music. But anyway, karibuni sana once again to everyone just joining through TikTok. Shout out to Joy. Shout out to everyone who's on these other platforms, Instagram. Shout out to those who are joining also through Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and also on our show page and on the radio station. And in case you're on these other platforms or one of the platforms and you're wondering how to get to the rest of the others, it's very easy. Just download our app, which is very easy to find if you're an Android user on the Google Play Store. Black Hot Fire Network is the name. Search for us. We are an online radio station and we have amazing conversations. Trust me, we are on every platform, and through the app, it takes you to all the rest of the platforms, including YouTube, in case you miss the shows, because we have amazing conversations. We get real and raw. We don't just get to talk about politics. We talk about entertainment, arts, and culture, and everything going on. Real and raw. That is the fact. But my quote of today says, "Every closed eye is not sleeping, and every open eye is not seen. Every closed eye is not sleeping, and every open eye is not seen." And this is an African proverb, which personally I'm gonna say this means, especially it's the current situation of Africa today, where we can see that the white people who have always had the open eye, they have not seen or didn't see it coming, that the closed eye was not sleeping. I've just tongue twisted if you've understood, okay? Every closed eye is not sleeping, and every open eye is not seen. And this is an African proverb that, according to me, I feel like it talks about the current situation that is happening in Africa, the awakening of the people. So for the longest time, it's always been considered the white people having the open eye, but they didn't see it coming, that the closed eye was not sleeping, and we're finally waking up. So I hope you stay motivated with that quote of the day to the African people. And I'm so proud to see, of course, my fellow youngins who are getting, to get all this information of what is happening in reality and what's up. Karibuni sana once again. Enjoy the show. Along with the conversation of the day, we shall also share a video of one of the guys that has been trending, especially since Kenya started the so-called revolution. Of course, it's been 3 weeks again where we saw our country going for the anti-government protest. That is actually the anti-financial bill, which was withdrawn, but we've seen it was not totally withdrawn, which also came along with this guy that has been... he tweeted so many things, and right now they are trending. He goes by the name Jacob Juma. He was actually a tycoon. I think also a journalist, I'm not sure, but he was a tycoon. And that this guy actually, before his death, he did mention a couple of things, or a couple of few people, including the current president of Kenya, being linked into corruption, being the most inhumane person, being literally a psychopath, and everything you want to talk about, which we are seeing the effect of it today. So I want to start with that and share the video of his how they ended up killing him, or what, just a 12-minute video of what really happened. But before that, I want to share this, where there's a video actually that Kenyans have dug down, and it is going viral today, where we had Ruto being questioned about the death of this man. That is after he died. He was interviewed and questioned like, hey, before this and so died, he did say that his assassination actually will be linked to you, because he's exposing so much about you. And what do you have to say about it?
You talked about this at Kabetes. That was his Twitter handle. The late Jacob Juma, at 12:34 p.m. on the 10th of December 2015, tweeted, and I quote, "The person who is obsessed with plans to kill me is William Ruto. I know that my assassination was discussed on Tuesday." My question to you is, did you have anything to do with that, as the late Jacob Juma claimed, as Jirongo claimed, and why you?
Well, I think we lost Jacob Juma, that he would be best placed to respond to your question. And maybe you should look for some time, get Jirongo here, so that he can tell the country what he means. But I am sure as the sun is going to rise tomorrow, that the killers of Jacob Juma will be brought to book.
Mm-hmm.
I am hoping that they will be brought to book.
So long story short, he denied it. But of course, you can see from the tweet of that guy, whose tweets are going viral right now in the 254. Actually, I even posted that on my WhatsApp stories, where today, of course, William Ruto is expected to be on Twitter to have a dialogue with the young people. Like I questioned, we don't know who's going to be representing us. If he's supposed to be addressing, he's supposed to address the whole nation. Because yesterday on the culture show, I was saying not everyone has Twitter, not everyone has smartphones. What about the people and the Generation Z that are the Gen Zs that are literally in the village? Not everyone has money to buy data every single day. But if you can communicate in a means of where everyone can get informed, because in the villages I've seen if one person or maybe two, as if we have a radio station, if we have a radio, not a radio station, but if we have a radio in our home, the rest of the people can come maybe listen if they don't have a radio. If we have a TV, they're gonna come, gather up, watch the TV until the time of the speech is over. So I mean, if you talk about being on Twitter space to address and you wanna talk to the young people about 1, 2, 3 things and how they should move forward, this is the wrong way to do it. But that is not the agenda here. So we have Jacob Juma. Today is expected to be on Twitter. That is Ruto. And the current going on meme viral is people have been questioned, whose space are you going to attend? So we have Ruto and we have Jacob Juma. So apparently, do remember Jacob Juma is no longer here, but his tweets are going viral. So most of the Kenyans are like, we're going to Jacob Juma's space to listen to him, the facts about Ruto. So it is so crazy. But let me share now the main video about his life and how they ended up killing him and the main reason. I'm not sure if it really, I've not watched the whole video to the end. Of course, this is something that happened long time ago. If you check most of these the videos on YouTube, there are so many stories. And personally, I saw this on our mainstream media when I was on my teens. So I'm going to share this with you guys as we get to know who Ruto really is. As today, Kenyans are literally looking forward to listen to his dialogue and what he has to say.
At 9:30 p.m. on May 6, 2016, the body of Kenyan billionaire businessman tycoon Jacob Juma was found lying in a pool of blood on Ngong Road in Nairobi. According to police reports, Juma's car had 10 bullet holes, indicating multiple bullets were used during this incident. No bullet shells were recovered, and the investigations went cold. What makes this case strange is the fact that Juma openly discussed his assassins on his social media platforms, knowing that exposing the elites will get him killed, and he was willing to pay that price. In this episode, we'll look at the incredible story of Jacob Juma, so be sure to like and subscribe. Born in 1971 in the village of Mugore, Bungoma County, Jacob Juma attended the local primary school and later graduated from Bungoma High School with distinction. Juma's life will take a pivotal turn when prominent politicians, including Chris Okemo and Cyrus Jirongo, sponsored his education at the Kenya Polytechnic, now known as the Technical University of Kenya. It was during these formative years that Juma's path crossed with a young William Ruto, whom he introduced to his political patron, Jirongo, who had just formed the YK92 to rally youth support for Moi. The ambitious and well-connected Juma dove headfirst into the world of business and politics. Through his vast network of influential contacts, he was able to secure a number of lucrative deals, including a 700 million Kenya shilling tender to supply maize to the National Cereals and Produce Board in 2004. This deal, however, would later become a source of legal turmoil and controversy.
Which was a company fronted by the late Jacob Juma, the controversial businessman. They had won this tender to supply 40,000 metric tons of maize just when NAC came into power. And there were allegations of corruption and backstabbing, and ultimately Erad went to court and it was awarded 500 million shillings. However, it had not supplied any maize.
John Waluke, a business partner and co-director with Juma, was implicated post the deal's failure. He was a guarantor for Juma's loan, and after Juma's death, he was ordered to pay 12.2 million Kenya shillings. Waluke also faced legal issues over the maize tender, resulting in a 10-year jail sentence or a 727 million shilling fine for defrauding the government. In 2012, Juma helped the Canadian mining company Kotek Mining Limited acquire a license to extract niobium from the Mrima Hills, a deal estimated to
So
be
it's
in a
not like
pool
you,
of blood
okay.
on Gong Road in
So
Nairobi.
it's not like he was clean enough. That is what I'm trying to understand here. He was not also a businessman who was clean, because he was a tycoon, remember? Shout to you, Samuel. I see you, karibu sana.
Mrima Hills, a deal estimated to be worth a staggering 6 trillion Kenya shillings. As a director, Juma stood to personally benefit to the tune of 30% of this massive contract. However, when Juma and the Kotek bosses met with the then newly elected President Uhuru Kenyatta in Mombasa, the government unexpectedly revoked Kotek's mining license. Juma claimed that the mining cabinet secretary, Najib Balala, had asked for an 80 million shilling bribe in exchange for maintaining the license, though evidence supporting these allegations remains unclear.
Today, though, Kotek introduced a new twist into the unfolding saga whose price is trillions of shillings.
The Minister of Mining was demanding Kenya shillings 80 million from Kotek Mining Company Limited, and that if the company did not honor the payment, the minister has threatened to cancel the licenses issued since 2007.
We are revoking all licenses from the 15th of January to date.
Najib Balala, not even an African, but these people have the say in everything. Okay.
My track record is very clear on issues of corruption, and
I don't even know where this guy went.
If it's money, I don't need money.
Lies.
Feeling betrayed by the government, Juma began to fearlessly expose alleged misdeeds by high-level officials, including William Ruto. He provided detailed documentation and evidence to support his claims, which related to issues like the Western Hotel land-grabbing scandal. He exposed Ruto as being the owner of Western Hotel, which was grabbing Kangata primary land.
Yeah, remember he took a school. He literally grabbed a whole whole school and transformed it into a hotel. And this scandal till to date has not been dealt with.
He said in a Facebook post, "Here is proof that William Ruto, Deputy President of Kenya, owns Western Hotel, which was built on grabbed public land previously owned by Kenya Civil Aviation Authority, a public body that deals with air navigation security. He owns the hotel jointly with his daughter Charlene Chelagat and Rael Kimeto."
Who now, isn't it funny? Because Charlene told us that she understands the needs of the people. So how you included in fraud since way back, and now you want us to listen to your damn ass telling us that you being a president's daughter, you understand us better. Shut the F up.
MD for his Venture Africa Safaris tour company. We must fight corruption perpetuated by public officials. He personally paid for a lawsuit to repossess the land, providing documents of Minister Francis Muthaura warning the land was being grabbed back in 2003. DP Ruto, through his lawyer, tried to deny ownership in January 2015. The Ruai land grabbing scandal, exposed by Juma, involves allegations of illegal acquisition of a significant parcel of land in Ruai, Nairobi, by Renton Company Limited, which was linked to the Deputy President, William Ruto. The land, spanning approximately 1,600 acres and valued at around 1.5 billion shillings, was originally earmarked for a sewerage treatment plant expansion. The controversy also involved claims that the land had been used as collateral to secure loans from financial institutions. Juma also accused Evans Kidero, the former governor of Nairobi, of financial misconduct related to Mumias Sugar Company. According to the information available, Juma claimed that Kidero fraudulently received 650 million on behalf of Mumias Sugar Company Limited, but never deposited it into the company's bank account.
Wow. This is just so crazy. That is the previous, I think this is the This is the previous governor of Kenya during, I think, Kibaki or Uhuru's first term, if I'm not wrong. Damn.
which contributed to the company's financial troubles.
Exactly. Because right now the company is owned by an Indian. And this is why you see the cost of sugar keeps on going high.
Juma's exposés also uncovered the National Youth Service scandal, where over 790 million Kenya shillings had been stolen. Benson Gedhi Mushemi has been linked to the NYS scandal. A social media post from 2016 alleges that he is the chief architect behind the scheme and stole 800 million shillings in a single day. A separate news report from the same year mentions Mushemi facing charges alongside others for the loss of hundreds of millions at NYS. When the government changed rules on possession of armored cars in Kenya on July 2015, Juma saw this as a move to get at him because he drove a bulletproof limo. Was he wrong? Probably not. He also raised questions about the SGR train deal, where he felt the numbers were exaggerated so that corrupt officials would eat. The allegation is that the Kenyan government inflated the construction cost of the SGR projects in order to enrich the corrupt officials.
Exactly.
Jacob Juma claims that Kenya paid 8.24 million per kilometer for its 609-kilometer section, while Tanzania, Burundi, and Rwanda together paid only 2.9 million per kilometer for their combined 2,561-kilometer section of the SGR. This alleged difference of 3.3 million per kilometer results in a total inflated cost of 2.03 billion for the Kenyan section.
And yet it is so backward. Have you seen, you guys? I was seeing the video of one of the artists from Tanzania, and this guy was so surprised in his own country how the trains in Tanzania are flying so fast from Dar to Dodoma. Shout out to Keith. He said he's gonna take us there once we land to Tanzania for like a day. So we're gonna, of course, give you guys the experience. But I hear it's like a plane. It's flying. Costed literally a little budget, but worth it. But Kenya is spending, oh my God, stealing, not spending, stealing.
Jacob Juma.
So many people say SGR is so uncomfortable, the Kenya SGR. If you go to most of the comments of the booking of the train, people complain it's so uncomfortable. I've never experienced that. The last time we went to Mombasa, we were supposed to use that, but goddamn.
Brought to the light the Eurobond scandal, alleging the misappropriation of a colossal sum of 100 billion Kenya shillings.
And let me tell you, I will say, on national television, I can look Kenyans in the eye and tell them the allegations about the loss of Eurobond is nonsense.
Despite the government's initial attempts to discredit his claims, the numbers told a different story, leading to a reluctant retraction of their statements. Juma's allegation painted a picture of mishandling and embezzlement of the proceeds from a 2 billion sovereign Eurobond issued by the Kenyan government in June 2014. The bond, raised in the Irish stock market, saw funds transferred through lawyer-client accounts, a move to sidestep money laundering red flags, as per instructions from the Cabinet Secretary for Finance, Henry Rotich, and his principal secretary, Mr. Thuge. The plot thickened when the reports of infighting amongst the lawyers overseeing the Eurobond transaction, resulting in immediate payouts. A significant portion of the funds, estimated between 200 and 300 million, found its way to the Commercial Bank of Africa, which had connections to the Kenyatta family. Another chunk was allegedly used to settle debts from the 2013 election campaign, with some of the money
settle which debts that we're tackling with
when being delivered in goodie bags to the office of the president. Further allegations included the refund of an unspecified amount to the sheikh in the Gulf, who had previously contributed $20 million before the elections. Additionally, a $600 million syndicated loan to the Standard Chartered Bank was paid off, with insiders reportedly pocketing a substantial part of the money.
Oh my God.
Amidst these revelations, official reports surface highlighting this.
Being honest, I'm learning all this, even me right now, because only one tweet per time like is going viral regarding the corruption, especially of Ruto specifically. So it's crazy to see all these scandals that Juma knew. That is after he was betrayed. I didn't know all this. This is just so crazy.
Discrepancies in
I too, Joe Mosquito.
the accounting for the Eurobond proceeds. Juma stood firm, promising to publish a complete account of the noise involved and the movement of the Eurobond money, denouncing the entire affair as a grand larceny and outright robbery against the Kenyan people. Juma's fearless whistleblowing activities inevitably made him a target of the powerful figures he was exposing. In the weeks leading up to his assassination, he began posting a series of cryptic tweets thinking that the executive was plotting to take his life. On May 5th, 2016, Juma was gunned down by unknown assailants in what was staged to look like a drive-by shooting. Despite his bulletproof car, the killers were able to take his life, silencing one of Kenya's most courageous and relentless corruption fighters. To this day, the investigations into Juma's assassination remain ongoing, with many of his supporters and allies convinced that the government was behind the plot to silence him. His famous tweets are still publicly available, and this video briefly goes through only some of the most notable exposés on his social media platforms, which randomly start trending as many of his claims have been vindicated.
It is so crazy. Oh my God. I didn't know. I'm learning most of the things even right now. Have you seen all those scandals? I mean, all those scandals. There's so many. From the Kenyatas to the previous governors. It's all been literally a scheme. It's been oh my God, regimes of just stealing money. So what I've picked from especially Uhuru's time.
Welcome to Africa.
We have so many debts, like so many debts. From the moment Uhuru Kenyatta was actually vying for the presidential seat in 2013, so many debts. And kind of maybe, there's a question that was posed, and maybe I want to question this as much as it sounds dumb. What if Ruto is trying to be the good guy, save Kenya, from the debts?
He's
But
not.
of course, I'm not saying that he's not, because I'm not saying that you borrowing is one of the way of you helping a country. It's not. You can't borrow to solve debt. This is just so crazy. Shout out to Jacob Juma. Of course, we clearly seen we're dealing with people who are going to silence you if you go against them. And he literally did this
because he's dead.
He literally did this after they went against him with the deals he was making, because it's not like he was a clean guy, but after they messed him up, that is when he came out now with the facts of corruption, going deeper to every one of them. Oh my God, this is
All
so
of that. Because in the beginning, understand, every African country has this going. Every African country has this going on. That's why when Ghana, a couple Ghanaians were there when a couple Ghanaian MPs were in Kenya in the parliament that day that the youth came into parliament. They're like, oh shit, because they know this is all over Africa, because Africa's never been free. So the criminals have been in charge of Africa from the beginning. Well, not first with Ghana. Ghana was actually free with Kwame, but they had to throw his ass, then put the criminals in there. But Kenya from the beginning, Jomo was a crook from the beginning. He was a criminal. He was a psychopath. That's why they put him in there.
This guy just said, Juma just said, Kenya received, I can't remember the total amount, but Kenya received, actually requested a large amount of money to build this backward SGR that we have, that people say it's so uncomfortable. And if you try to look at the gap of how Rwanda constructed its railway and Tanzania, which we can see, shout out to Tanzania, people are literally showing the expression of like, wow, this is like a plane from Dar es Salaam to Dodoma.
Yeah,
the trains they have.
It's called grab, when you inflate a price over some old garbage, so you can steal the majority of the funds. Say, oh, it costs this much and blah blah blah. He said, how can that old shit right there cost that much? That technology's 50 years old. well, that's what it is, and blah blah blah. Because they know most Africans, most Kenyans, these Africans are stupid and don't know the price of things because Africa's been kept underdeveloped. Now that the youth know this, listen, there's no way this raggedy ass train costs this much money. We're not stupid no more. You can't tell us this train cost that, and it didn't. They stole it. The money they stole the rest of the money because,
they
like
pocketed,
you said,
they pocketed a lot of money.
Exactly, they pocketed all the money, and if you say things, you end up dead like them because it's a criminal organization. Understand these government officials? They don't create nothing, don't invent nothing, don't bring no manufacturing to Kenya, haven't done anything to any African country. It's always the same copy and paste shit. Steal, borrow and steal, borrow and steal, borrow and steal, borrow and steal. So they live lavish lifestyles because the scam is, like somebody said, I said that the scam is that the Africans were supposed to always remain stupid, not understanding economics. That's why Joby said, you're told, oh, you're not to know none of this. You're supposed to know all of it. You're told growing up, you're not to know none of these things.
I was reading a quote. My quote of the day today was saying, "Every open eye is not sleeping, and every open eye, every closed eye is not sleeping. Sorry, and every open eye is not seeing." And I was trying to tongue twist this in my own way and saying that for the longest time it's been white people having the open eye, but they didn't see African people who have been sleeping with the closed eyes, waking up, because that is basically what is happening right now. Exactly. We are so woke. People, they're getting shocked. We can see videos popping up every single day, them feeling threatened. They're literally expressing threat. They're expressing
because they've stolen the wealth of Africa. Of course. People that run the world know the wealth is Africa. Now you waking up talking about you want your wealth back. A problem. Usually you just walk around stupid, screaming about Jesus. Oh, cool. I don't care about you. Scream about Jesus all day. I don't give a shit. Good.
Shout out to Jacob Zuma, man. May you rest in power. That is one guy who we can see even today with the Twitter space connected.
That guy's right back on the planet somewhere.
The Twitter space that is supposed to be happening today, of course, Ruto being, addressing what he wants to address. Most of the people, there's a meme going around. I was saying at the beginning of the show, people are being asked, whose space are you going to join? Are you going to join Ruto's or Jacob Juma's? And most of the votes are going to Jacob Juma.
I know what Jacob Juma.
Yeah.
Because it's real talk. You can talk about the treats. He said he did this over 10 years ago. We're trying to figure out, all this money that was stolen. No one's ever been prosecuted because we have a criminal government. These things, see, all the smooth talking, the lies, just constant lies, because everybody's a criminal. That's what everybody is a criminal.
But as we speak of criminals and speak of debt, I want to get to the conversation of the day before we get to move on to other things happening, like in DRC Congo. As I get to also share the video of which you shared with me about the UN trucks that have been found stealing gold again. Like they've been doing. So Gabon apparently has claimed that they have resolved their debt with the World Bank, and we want to see how. So they're saying that Gabon's payment dispute with the World Bank is apparently resolved. Authorities in the Central African nation say that the technical issue made it impossible for the country to keep its commitment by June 30th. And in an undated statement, the Ministry of Public Accounts said that the arrears were paid back to the World Bank, and this comes after a confidential World Bank note was leaked and went viral. The documents dated on July 1st announced that the body was suspending Gabon's right to make loan and grant withdrawals to failure to honor its obligations. The payments were worth around $17 million. Gabon's ruling junta took power, that is from Ali Bongo administration last year, and which again I question, because he's not
a junta. He's another puppet that France put in there because they knew the people were about to overthrow Ali Bongo, so they put the other puppet in there who's part of Ali Bongo's family. There's no coup. It's a fake coup because they were about to lose Gabon to the Chinese, who put their mixed breed was going to win the election. See, African people, all these other countries got schemes and scams for Africa. So they had a mixed breed that they had cultivated since birth. He won the election. He's half Chinese, so he's going to have control of that country.
Yeah, but the Chinese are so many in Gabon, Keith. The Chinese have taken over the fishing, farm. Like,
damn. The power of Gabon. The French are. The French said, we're going to overthrow this goopy ass backward bastard right now. So we make sure we keep power. Because they know the people are waking up. He's going to be gone too. Listen, all these puppets, Joby, are on borrowed time. So they're all on borrowed time. All of them. No borrowed time, they're all going to go. And I hope they go in the worst way. Not African people always love it. We're going to let you go. Just promise, you're going to be quiet. Maybe leave the country. Go do it. Fuck all that. It's going to be some goddamn repayment to all the misery that they put African people through over the last 60 years of fake independence.
So I'm still trying to understand how Gabon has paid its debt. How? Because I've not understood any of this. Because how did you get to how did you?
I don't know their financial system. I don't know what they talk about. They probably just behind the scenes, make sure we get the gold, moron. We'll say this, we'll say that.
Exactly. Because this is not so clear. This is so fishy for me. You're not giving us true details. You don't have the receipts. Yeah, we need the receipts actually that should be attached to this article, saying that this is what we spent or what we used to pay our loans back. But there's nothing we can see. You're just saying a letter. What letter? We need clarity of what really happened, and I don't trust Gabon.
They don't have any industry, so what they paying back with, because they got gold and everything like Africans got. They just gave minerals or some shit, but they give mineral rights with these moronic ass puppets do to let them come in, mine all their countries, and they get 10 times worth of loans that they supposedly got, the fake paper, so who knows? Never been to Gabon, so I can't even comment.
We'll be following up. Personally, of course, I'll be following up. I'm looking forward to see if they're going to be granted any loan again, because it takes just a few months or a year for them to forget that, hey, because they know that the African people don't really follow up this kind of things, especially politically. Nobody, and we're not that taught enough of, to check on our government, like you said, to audit, how we should audit 1, 2, 3 things to see how
they don't get the right to audit yet. They're still living in a dictatorship in Gabon. People don't got the right to audit none of that. They haven't rose up enough to have a real overthrowing of the government. Only reason Kenya can do it now, Kenya ain't never no audit because the youth have spoken. Now they've taken back power, because power is not given, it's taken. The citizens, the youth have taken power. They didn't ask for it, they wouldn't took it. So until you take back power, you're not going to get no audits, because all these governments are corrupt. That's why all Africa's misery, everybody's leaving. It's all impoverished with these Kiberas everywhere, because these motherfuckers have stolen all the wealth out of the richest continent on the planet and left African people in absolute misery. These psychopaths.
Total psychopaths. But as we get to move on, is about Congo and talk about the mining and everything. So, of course, we've seen how DRC featuring Uganda and the US, the UN, the EU, all this. I love the EU, especially. I love it. I love the UN, the US, the EU, the way they come so innocent, man. It's the game. It's the mind games for me. I swear I love it. I swear I love it. Did
you see the other? Did you see the small Congo? Did you see the small Congo just told Russia to take over its diamond and gold sector?
Yeah. Did what? Wait, what? Did what?
Yeah. The small Congo, the Congo, the Republic of the Congo went to Russia and told them, please, white man, take over my, since everybody's stealing, you take over my gold and diamond and other
Russia.
stuff.
Russia had already said, you remember that was a couple of months ago.
No, that was the Central African Republic they were doing it. The Democrat, the Republic of the Congo just went there yesterday, Joe.
It's the same. the same. Whether they're in Congo, Central, DRC, it's the same. There's no wall making a difference. It's the same.
Almost that. Well, they're different governments, Joey. It's just
They need to call on Russia as a whole, all of them. But on this one, we have 25 soldiers who have been arrested and sentenced to death. That is after they flee from the battles against the notorious M23 rebel in the conflict hits of the east of the country. And the soldiers were also convicted of theft by military tribunal as they stole goods from shops in a nearby village after abandoning their positions. An army spokesman was the one giving the information. 4 of the soldiers' wives were acquitted by the military court for receiving goods looted by their husbands. And in March, the government, actually this seems and sounds like the RC can actually work very well, because if they can check on they can check on.
But anybody in the army, Joey, you're banning your post during war, that's punishable by death. It's called desertion. So you desert your post during wartime, it's punishable by death. So
Right.
they abandon their duties during wartime against Rwanda, which is M23, and then decide, I don't know, I guess they decided to go rob the other villages.
They went to rob shops and they took the goods to their wives who have also been acquitted.
Good. Yeah. I'd kill you too. You got to go.
It is crazy, man. It is crazy. And also funny at the same time, being honest, because how are you running from a war? That shows how weak
You're
you
a
are.
coward. That's why.
You're so weak. Why are you running away from a war? This is your duty.
Yes,
That's
that's why every military, if you run away from war, Joby, it's punishable by death. It's called desertion.
I support that too. I didn't know actually. That is something I've learned today. But yes, I support that.
That's why desertion. Yeah.
That is crazy. That is so funny of them. Shout out to them. That's all I'm gonna say. Shout out to them for even attempting to do that, not knowing maybe they didn't know the consequences.
Joby, you do know when you sign in the military, Joby, you're taught. You know that. That's military law. You know that. You don't go. You're joining the military, and these things are taught to you. Desertion is punishable by death. You know all that. They just thought they were gonna get caught.
They were ready then. So as we move on, let me share this, which is from of course, the neighboring country. The video you shared with me early today. Yeah.
Because that's Congo. That's the same Congo you're talking about. DRC. Huh? I'm not talking about them with Russian. That's the DRC you're talking about.
And then it's gonna go through, because remember Kagame said it goes through Ethiopia, Dubai. I don't know then where, but first it's Ethiopia. Then because that was the last time we had Niger, which caught again the UN. It was Niger, right?
That was Niger's gold then. That wasn't Congo. But like I said, without the borders, it's still just all Africa, all the same area as Africa. Africa's wealthy, full of gold and everything else.
Yeah, but we had a video of Kagame admitting how, I think I shared that some time back. He said,
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't see
He said this gold is stolen and taken through Ethiopia to Dubai. He said they're actually giving links, to how this is done. So,
of course. How's Dubai got all the gold in Dubai and they don't got no fucking gold mines? Always ask, how these people got all this gold? There's no gold in fucking Dubai.
The desert, Keith. It's the desert. It produces gold, God damn it. You take that. It's the desert. We're blessed. The camels go and dig and we get it.
Did you see that? Those are UN
that's all the time.
Forces.
They get caught in the truck
in the Congo. These are the people that the United Nations
bring in
to Congo to stop the war.
They got caught. No. They got caught in Namibia with all that gold last time, Joby. Wasn't the Congo? It was next to the guys down in Namibia. They stole that gold out in Namibia, bags and bags of that shit.
But we
seen another one in the Congo when the truck flipped over. That was in the Congo. But the other one, when they was carried all that gold, they would come out of Namibia and they got caught. Still all that gold.
You see how much gold that guy was selling?
Yeah, and you're supposed to got debts to the IMF. Are you out of your fucking mind? I'm African. The debts are done. No more debts going nowhere.
They owe us. They really truly owe us. If only Africans you can realize they owe us. The amount of money they have stolen, they owe us. And this goes back, okay, if we're gonna really claim reparations, goddamn, you owe us the world and you should leave. You owe us everything. All you just need to do is disappear.
Why am I gonna leave if it's wealthy? I'm not leaving that to you niggas. You crazy?
And let me ask, this is just out of nowhere, and that all of you can answer. What if you've ever given it a thought? Do you think, as much as we see Africa uprising and we're gonna take back our power, do you believe we're gonna be able to get rid of white people and go back to how we were in the ancient time?
I do, because you got because you have the numbers. Not ancient. You're gonna go to a higher form of civilization. You will, because you got the numbers. You know, that's why they keep trying to check your birth rates with the BACIANEs and all the GMOs. They're trying to check your birth rate. They can't. They need that birth rate to go down, because they can't come into Africa because most white people up out of here. You seen the bit? Let me send this video to Joby real quick. It's funny. Now, even I told you this was coming. Now, even Poland is begging black men, you coon ass niggas, stay out these white people, begging black men to come impregnate these white women in Poland. They got them in there. That's right, Joe, because they need to survive.
Yeah, I know that. So I believe at this time, as a man, I don't know, there's a lot to do for Africa. Oh my God. When you start with the education, where the women need to be taught not to ever, okay, and that should be punishable. If you found ever sleeping with our enemy, you're literally, that is why we go back to the mythical traditions they keep on using, which are so backache. We're chasing you out now for real, because this is out of boundaries. This is a taboo. If you get married or if you happen to have a child by our enemy, you're out there. That is something that needs to be done, because if that question comes from, if you're going to be able to go back to, like you said, we're going to be having a higher form of civilization, Africans are going to be fully taking fully in control of their power and everything, our resources, and I don't know, not even Africa, but the world. I'm talking about them disappearing. That is my aim.
That's what's happening to them. Let's see.
Completely. Because you can see, as much as their race is literally dying, they're trying to expand their lives with us, and this is through the mulattoes. The mulattoes and don't consider themselves Africans, so that is an enemy. So you can't. You want to clean the generation.
Exactly.
This mess, we can't happen to have mulatto babies. We cannot dare to have mulatto babies. They need to kick out. You all need to disappear. You all need to disappear. But I can't wait till that time. If I'm gonna maybe be here or maybe come back again, I hope Africa is gonna be doing way better. But as you get to move on, when you talk about them disappearing, they have made a lot of our people disappear. So there is 89 bodies that have been retrieved, that is in the Atlantic Ocean, where this is from migrants who are going all the way to Europe. They're saying the Coast Guard in Mauritania have recovered 89 bodies of migrants from a boat that capsized in the Atlantic Ocean Monday. And all this capsizing sometimes, okay, I've seen the videos. Most of these people do overload on a boat. But some of the things, again, we've questioned about the boat, who provides the boat, how wrecked are these boats, and why aren't they checked every time the wheel is we're gonna have a capsizing every single time when it comes to African people. You'll never hear in Atlantic Ocean or any of these oceans where a group of Asians or Indians died coming to Africa.
Because they're not they're welcome in Africa. There's a difference.
Africans dying when they're trying to, find a better way of living, which is still because of them and the misery they have brought to our countries. And most of these people actually are coming from the same countries we were talking about yesterday: Tunisia, Morocco, Mauritania, Egypt, Libya, because they don't have homes. So I was watching this. Let me share this very quickly before I get to even continue with all that, where they are claiming land routers through Africa are twice as dangerous for migrants as the refugees. I don't know what exactly they mean, but this sounded so racist.
Recent report published by the UN Refugee and Migration Agencies and the Mixed Migration Center reveals that more migrants and refugees in Africa are moving northward towards the Mediterranean and Europe, facing dangerous routes in the Sahara.
Because the puppets that made Africa so bad by the stealing. They're the rich ones in Africa is left in a bunch of cabarets. They have no hope. They have no opportunity because of the puppets and the IMF and the World Bank stealing all the money. That's why.
Subject them to various forms of abuse.
Many people tell us that they are aware of someone who has died on the way, or normally more on the land routes than on the sea routes. The risk of sexual gender-based violence has also increased to 15%. It was 12.5% in the previous report. The risk of kidnapping seems to be a new one. It used to be mentioned by 2% of the respondents 4 years ago. Now it's mentioned by 18% of the respondents. Almost 1 out of 5 claim that the journey involved that risk of kidnapping.
The report titled "On This Journey No One Cares If You Live or Die" highlights that land crossing in Africa are twice as deadly as sea.
Because they don't care. I mean, shout out to Georgia Meloni. You know, it's so crazy. I was caught up by that woman's speech for once, thinking that she cared about us. It's so crazy.
I tried to tell you that, but you didn't want to listen.
We've seen how, of course.
Nice show, Keith. I'll make the decisions here. Okay.
We've seen making multiple of deals and funding. That is Tunisia, Libya, Italy itself, literally, because she comes from Italy, right? She's the prime minister of Italy.
Yes, prime minister Italy, one of the most racist countries on the planet. You're talking about she's there to help Africans. Are you crazy? Italy? These racist.
That's why I said I was caught up. I was also caught up by that 1 minute of a speech, thinking that she really, really did care about us. She's one among the people that have passed really harsh rules and laws when it comes to these migrants going all the way.
Staying the hell out of the country. That's what she cared about. Niggas stay back in Africa. Don't keep bringing them over here. Get them out.
But she's yet the same person who talks about, you know, equality when it comes to business. Equality with African countries. There's a time I was reading a speech of her. She said that Africa right now is a time they stop being treated like this, and they need to have same shares, you know, the same benefits, the same way the rest of the countries have been exploiting them. They should come on. You're all the same people in the same basket. Bashar to K. Williams and Sanken One Karibuni Sana says it's at work. It is exactly 7:40 on his end. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I hope your week has been fantastic and hope you're ready for the weekend. And 6:40 or 7:40. It should be 7. I don't know. Unless we have a time lapse, I'm not sure. But anyway, we're almost coming.
I went back a couple of months ago, so it's 6:40, Joby.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, but anyway, we're wrapping it up. Did you find the video?
It'll be 7:40 in a couple of months. I'm looking for it now, Joby. Give me a second. Go and keep going.
Okay, I am actually winding up.
Winding up? Did you just get here?
Yeah, yo, it's enough. It's been enough. You woke up late. You really woke up late. But let me share this before we get to move. Before we get to wind up out of here, as you share your video. Then, this was a video I saw, and if you think about it, especially for us, the people in the continent, this is something that we should be very alarmed. For the longest time, again, the same way we've been taught about politics being none of our business. We didn't know when it comes to the elections in America, they're also effective in Africa. Whoever gets to be chosen has a very big impact, either in a positive or negative, but majority of the times it's a negative way. So let me share this very quickly. What this
making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the
what was Biden saying? This guy was not even talking.
I know what the fuck he's saying. He don't know what he's saying. He's probably shitting himself.
Trump said I can't hear what this dude is saying.
he said he probably don't know what he's saying either.
Everything we have to do with look, if we finally beat Medicare.
I just won 2 club championships, not even senior, 2 regular club championships. To do that, you have to be quite smart and you have to be able to hit the ball a long way. and I do it. He doesn't do it. He can't hit a ball 50 yards. He challenged me to a golf match. He can't hit a ball 50 yards.
So that was Dumb and Dumber debating who is going to be president of what is supposed to be the greatest power in the world. One uses Palestinian as a slur, saying Israel should finish them off. The other is complicit in alleged genocide. Both options are abysmal. It's actually insane that the U.S. political establishment's answer.
Both options are controlled by the same people. That's why the policy never changes, moron. They're both controlled by the same people. The elections is a farce. They're the same cats that run the planet control both of them. So whoever wins the fake election, they win. That's why they got the same position on Israel, dummy.
To Trump is a geriatric who at times can barely string words together, while the Donald himself just repeats one-liners that half the time are pure lies. They've got more cases on him than Denzel in American Gangster, and the other guy wouldn't even be able to take the stand. Meanwhile, they found it appropriate to argue about who's better at golf because, homelessness, healthcare, student loans, and American-funded wars aren't that entertaining. Let's just be clear. If any of these two win, it will not be good for Africa or the rest of the global south, or for minorities in America for that matter. Trump never visited Africa as president, and basically called us the whole country.
Yeah, shitholes, man.
While under Biden, Africa is simply NATO's southern flank, a place for America to flex its muscles over Russia and China, continue its war on terror, and of course use the dollar to maintain imperial hegemony over more than 1.2 billion Africans. The empire has done immense harm to Africans in the world, but now it seems it's imploding, not from civil war, not from a great big enemy, but from sheer stupidity. Thanks for watching, guys. That was African 90. I'm Ahmed Hunim.
All right.
All right, Joe. I found it. Let me send this to you here.
John Mosquito says they still want to drain the swamp with Trump.
Yeah, fake drain the swamp. When they are, the swamp is the actual people that's behind both of them.
Mm-hmm. And also, you see that even the massive villages making TikTok videos talking about mismanagement of Kenya. It's crazy, man. It is bad. It is so bad, man. That Jacob Juma's video just opened a lot of things that I didn't know and have a clue about. That just showed me how during Ruto's regime, so much funds and still happening. So much loans were taken and all this money has been pocketed, all of it. I'm waiting for you, kid.
I already sent it to you, Joey. You waiting on me. Calm down.
Okay, my bad. I'm not checking my part. Let me see.
Ain't even check nothing. I'm waiting on you, Chief. It's my show. What you doing? God damn. Keep your wig on, Joby. Shit.
It's 7 p.m. Friday. Come on. 95 degrees. Continue. Let me share this.
I know, Kate. Tell her keep her wig on. Shit. God damn.
What are you saying?
Keep a wig on. I'm trying my best.
Let me share this.
She want to get out today, K-Win, because it's payday for her no good ass. That's why her right man.
God damn. Hey, share this. I'm doing my job, K. Williams. Calm down. Hey, yo.
How Japan was asking for black men to come on over to Japan to help repopulate Japan because Japanese men's sperm is not working properly. Well, Poland went above and beyond and actually threw a mixer where black men can go around and dance with, white women.
Yay! I got my white woman. Yay.
And potentially start a family. This is crazy, y'all. Y'all see that, right? Things on the planet is turning up. Y'all see it. And what's even crazier, every single TV show and movie I've been watching lately is literally promoting interracial couples. If you pay attention, you guys see this. You guys see this, right? Back then, they didn't want us. Now it's hot.
Exactly. Back then, they wouldn't allow you. So now, come on. African people, just critical thinking, man.
They all on us, right? Y'all see the planet warming it up, turn it up. Do you guys remember what Jane Elliott said?
The hole in the ozone layer gets larger and larger. More and more sunlight is allowed to enter our environment, and more people who have pale faces are going to die of melanoma, which is a skin cancer that you get if you don't have enough melanin in your skin.
You were never supposed to exist. You and Age, all these other people, you were never supposed to exist. That's a different story. I'm not going to go into that right now. As You go back up in frequencies. I tried to irritant. I'll keep you crazy, Keith. All right. Crazy like a motherfucking fox. This was going to happen. This was happening now. So they're going to come to black women. They really want black women. They don't want these niggas. They want the black women because the black women genetics are the best. So it's better just to get the black women than the black man. You know, the black man's going to be a coon. He's always the easier sellout. You know, black women have now joined them in their coonery, but it was always harder. It used to be always hard to get the black woman to go to the white man. It was always easy for the black man to go to the white woman because he's always a coon and I want to feel better about myself. He ain't built shit, ain't built a damn thing. I want to feel good about myself. Give me a white woman. I want my white woman shit too. So what you have? What is that, Joby?
She gets smacked on the mouth.
So what you have, now they've been asked to come in and you know, they don't build shit themselves. Come on in and give us kids. So the same kids, the mixed breeds you've given are going to still be racist to black people, moron. So what you're doing is create your own enemies again. Create your own, like Joby said, years ago, they didn't want your ass narrow. If you did have it, they try to kill you. But now they want you to go ahead and repopulate with them. But they know you coon niggas are gonna be up there. Okay, yes, oh. So I thought they were God. Ain't Jesus white and they God? Why they need your black ass? Remember you was on the bottom, stupid, dumb, fucked up.
Man, now you're the most privileged. I mean, we got to welcome you. We got to prepare some barbecue, everything you want, baby. You lay down. Just lay down and lay back. We got you. Nah, this shows even the laziness of African men. I don't care where they're coming from. Whatever you take, whatever.
They're from everywhere, Joby. So you're right. They're not. Those African men shipping Poland. Some are from Kenya, Ghana, Nigeria, America. African men from all over. So you're right. That's African men. So I can't say you're right. We can't say just African men from the continent. That they're just African men, like you said, from all over. But you're cool. I go up there now. Ooh, I get to pregnate me a white woman. Ooh.
You're so weak.
Yeah, Joby.
You're so weak. You know, you just want your passport, baby. You don't want to be with these white people. You just want to get your passport. Come on. You don't want to be messing with this. I mean, compare melanin and this. Have you seen the Black Beauty?
I know. But Joby, I've been told I don't want you black bitches. I want a white woman. Ooh.
Oh my God. This is so crazy and embarrassing and disgusting.
Show from the beginning again. Go to the beginning. I want to see that coon dancing.
Yeah. Let me tell you.
So y'all know how Japan was asking for black men to come on over to Japan to help repopulate Japan because Japanese men's sperm is not working properly.
There's a lot of coons. Anita, I told you, Joe, there's a lot of coons.
So many.
They went above and beyond and actually through a mixer where black men can go around and dance with, white women.
He happy as hell. Look at him.
Potentially start a family.
Yeah, old coon right there in the blue.
This is crazy, y'all. Y'all see that? Right.
And I feel like, I don't know. I feel like so many celebrities, if you try to look at, and I want to give a very perfect example, and I've always questioned why the Kardashians. Anyone who has ever questioned why the Kardashians always sleep with the black men? Mm-hmm.
Because
only black men.
Yeah, because they desire black men, because black men give you better children because of your genetics again. And
no.
Go ahead.
No, I don't feel like when we're talking about which we're just talking about their race. I feel like these are people who knew long time ago about their race, and if they didn't have or tap into the melanin,
they do know that. Yeah.
Their race would be wiped out. So this is why we have Kanye with Kim, Chloe with the basketball or whatever.
Yeah.
NBA players.
Two basketball.
Kylie with Travis Scott. I don't know the mother. Now she's with another. Is this black
guy? Yeah.
It's crazy.
And the white woman's dream is always, Joe, to have the big black dick. black men have bigger penises. I'm just telling you.
Up, y'all see it.
We grown folks, Joby. We keeping it real. Keeping it real, Joby.
And what's even crazier, every single TV show and movie I've been watching lately is literally promoting interracial couples. If you pay attention, you guys see this. You guys see this, right? Back then, they didn't want us. Now it's hot. They all on us, right? Y'all see the planet warming it up, turn it up. Do you guys remember what Jane Elliott said?
The hole in the ozone layer gets larger and larger. More and more sunlight is allowed to enter our environment, and more people who have pale faces are going to die of melanoma, which is a skin cancer that you get if you don't have enough melanin in your skin. Let me tell you, people of color are going to be very much in demand for reproduction in the future. Mark my words, you're laughing now, but you wait 20 years. You won't even have to wait 20 years, because they're going to see that if they want their children, their grandchildren, and their great-grandchildren to survive, they're going to have some melanin in their skin. That's the way it's going to be. This is going to take care of itself.
It says Poland's fertility rate has been declining since 2021. In 2023, it was at its lowest in 30 years. The fertility rate was 1.3 births per woman of childbearing age, which is well below the 2.1 level that demographers say is needed for population stability. The age of Aquarius is bringing so much awareness into things that we have never seen before. Maybe that's why this new light is here. It's wider, it's lighter, and it's helping us see a lot of things clearly. Everything that was hidden is coming to the surface. It seems that the whole world is in need of melanated people right now, y'all. Let me know what you guys think about this.
It's the age of the Aquarius, baby.
Hold on, Joby. Before you leave, let me share one thing. Let me share this real quick. You know, about 2 minutes. Let me share this real quick.
All right, no problem.
All right, but you get crazy. Now, this is what happens, and black women all know this. Joby's learning this. She's becoming an older black woman. Okay, let me know when you guys can see my screen.
I do.
See it?
Yeah.
All right, make sure my sound's okay. Let's hear it. Okay, this is what all black women know. Let's listen to black women.
She ain't nothing but a low-class, white trash. She probably didn't even finish high school.
Now, this would happen when a black woman, her black husband, you know, she's light-skinned, her black husband went to a white woman. That's the black women are holding counsel talking about it. So let's listen.
High school. Girl, you know that's the truth. That's what he left me for.
See, I always thought Flipper was the ideal husband. Girl, you can never tell. They are all dogs. I promise you.
We're not all dogs.
Dogs.
You know what? We're going to have to start dating white men.
Stop it.
Start dating white men.
It's true. I'm not dating no white man.
I'm not dating no white man.
Yes, they are. No, most of them are drug addicts, in jail, homos. The good ones know they just shit. So they got 10 women at a time and babies all over the place. My marriage is wrecked. It's fucked up. The man is gone. He's fucking some white bitch, and I still believe there's good black men. Where? And the options?
He's fucking some white bitch, and I still believe there's good black men. Some white bitch going.
Right. It's fucked up. The man is gone. He's fucking some white bitch, and I still believe there's good black men. Where? And the options? What are the options? You know what the options are? Be gay. Or see somebody who likes you no matter what, Chinese, black, white, or whatever.
Wrong, Hilda. You're wrong as the day is long. They're out there. The problem is we're looking in the wrong places.
We're looking someplace, I don't know where we're looking, but we're not looking at bus drivers or truck drivers or garbage men, and a lot of them are doing that, and we just won't give them the time of day. But they're good men.
How many men do you know, black men, who can effectively deal with a mate who has more education and makes more money?
Not many. They freaking, y'all know I'm telling the truth.
No, the fact remains is that we are losing our men. That's the bottom line.
A lot of this doesn't really so much have to do with the black men. I know it does, and I know we want to blame them, and it is their blame. But part of it is that these white bitches throw themselves at black men. Do you see the way they look at them?
You can't walk down the street with your man without 29,000 white bitches coming on to him, and they will give up the pussy because they're.
I didn't know that was a thing. Okay, like I didn't know that was a. Is that a thing? Like in reality, is that a thing? Yeah. Like I didn't know that was a thing. I thought that because normally when you look at the Karens, how they behave, or the way we know their racism being just natural, I didn't expect that.
It's still natural, but they still desire black dick because it's big. That's what they gonna tell you. That's
where they look at them. You can't walk down the street with your man without 29,000 white bitches coming on to him, and they will give up the pussy because their fathers tried to keep it from them all their lives. When they turn 18 and they leave home, they're gonna get that black dick. They're gonna get that black dick, and it can be yours. They're gonna get that black dick, and they're getting it
with a black man for a minute. Oh, Inez. There's a lot of self-hate going on when he can't deal with his sister.
Yeah, but Inez, how would you know? You won't deal with a black man. How would you know?
No. I do date black men, but I also date Chinese, Latino, Jewish, the full spectrum.
That's not really a consolation for this particular.
Well, it's supposed to be. All I'm saying is, I know you think I should date black men, but I'm going to date who I like. Give me a man, regardless of the color of his skin, who is nice to me, who is sweet to me, and who I strongly believe loves me.
I am not the rainbow fucking type. Yes, you are the reading rainbow.
I know that about you. Your will make you happy, honey. I will make a pilgrimage to Africa, the motherland, and find myself a true tribesman.
A true Asiatic black man.
With a dick down to his knees to keep me happy for days.
Zulu dick.
Some serious Zulu dick in the bush.
Do any of you know what it is like not being thought of as attractive? I can't believe you ever believe that. Drew, it's the kind of shit you buy into, okay? I was always the dark.
You go to Africa, Joby, and get some Zulu dick.
This one in my class, and I know you know what I'm talking about. All the guys ran after the light-skinned girls with long, straight hair, and that left me out.
That's all I wanted to talk about. I don't know if they might be fucking my shit up, fucking my stream up. But anyway, that's it. That's all I wanted to say, right? So, white women always desired black dick, especially when it was in slavery times, when they would kill the black man, but the white woman going to sneak to sleep with the black man slave. They would kill the black man and shit for running. So he said, Joey, you're still a rookie? Yes, he's still learning.
I'm not.
Joey still learning? Yeah.
No, not really that much of a rookie, but anyway.
So yeah. So, and them knowing the white woman's also desiring, because they know they're dying out. The white man's genes are fucked up. The Asian man's genes. That's just what it is. The real truth. Real truth of who's genetics. Who are actually the gods. Every time they show you, they then destroyed you to the back door. Who are the gods of the planet? African people. You're the gods of the planet. The original people are the planet. That's just the fact. So all that propaganda, yeah, you hate black people, hate blackness, your black skin is fucked. You got motherfuckers running around, this mind so messed up, skin bleaching and shit. Because the minds are completely destroyed because of white supremacy. But at the end of the day, black people are the gods of the planet, whether you like it or not. So that's just a fact. It ain't no cracker coming out the sky, all pale face with blue eyes and animal hair with lice in it. That's a con game.
Period. But anyway, family, wrap it up there with the conversation of today. See you guys later on the Rhythm Scoop Show and the Africa Today Show for those who managed to catch up with us. But in case you catch this on a replay, enjoy the show. Leave the comments below and subscribe in case you need it.
Miss Joby jamming last night. She was jamming last night. I'm gonna do a show tonight and a show tomorrow, guys. So I'll be here tonight. So
nice. Nice. You did a show yesterday?
Joby.
Hi, Chai. John Mosquito was not there. Oh, that was
That's
after
right.
we were off.
That's right. That's right.
Oh my God.
I promised no show last night, only to you. I knew you would throw me on the bus just like you did.
Hey, the way you were like, switch over, Joby, switch over. Oh my God, okay.
I planned to, but Mr. Sleep punched me in the head.
Yes, much love, family. Thank you so much for tuning in. This has been the Pan African Bliss Show with me, your host, Joby. See you guys later and have yourselves a beautiful day.
Let them